What's going on, guys? It's Expo Jesse. Today we're doing the September 8th recap. Really good day today. And if you found a trend, had a really good day at the first day of me doing these recaps. Mediocre day yesterday, about break even, and then a really good day today. So overall, really my biggest focus now is when I'm having a mediocre day or a bad day like I did yesterday, to just make those be, you know, as least impact as possible. And break even day is pretty good for me. Better than a loss for sure. So we're gonna just go through. I didn't trade a lot today because the trade that took ended up being extremely profitable, and I didn't want to mess with my P&L afterwards. So just didn't do a lot of trading. Really good day. So I'm going to start here, and I think what I'll do is each day that I start, just pretty much go at 9:45 and show you guys what my chart would have looked like. So we first entry was at 10:14. So I'm gonna go a few minutes ahead, and if you know me, I trade the strat first and foremost. So I'm going to go look at the 15-minute chart, and I'm going to be looking at imbalances and order blocks first. So first thing is I'm going to spot this order block up here, all the way up here at 39 and some change. But I'm even going to look, well, we'll see where these come into play here in a little bit, right? So um, on the 5-minute chart, my entry was at 10:14, and I knew that we had to come back down here, right? Because I see this imbalance right in this zone. Remember, wick one, body, ignore the body, or ignore the candle, candle two, but take candle three, and then find the difference between the two wicks. And if there's a difference and they don't interlap, then that's going to be an imbalance. So I saw this imbalance and I marked it as so, and I saw a rejection of that imbalance. We came up right from around here, and even if you want to draw the fib from right there, we tapped the 50% retracement and went in the golden zone, rejected the golden zone, but also had an imbalance, and that combined with the strat had me very confident because we had three signals all pointing to the upside. So at about 10:14, I alerted a long, and essentially my trigger was I was a little patient on this 2-1 setup, and it ended up being a failed 2 up because we barely crossed over the inside bar. And so my entry was actually, let me pull it up, 67.75. So pretty much right here at the candle close. Um, and then my stop was 6 points, so pretty much right under the body of these candles. Because I know that I don't worry about the wicks at all, because I only really close on candle close. So knowing that, I got in at 67.75 for a long position, full time frame continuity to the upside. Honestly, just a picture perfect play. Not to pat myself on the back too much, but you'll see what happens here. We end up shooting up a little bit, creating some imbalances along the way, hit 400% before we came back into this order block. And I was expecting some type of move in this order block. We ended up consolidating, coming back for a slight retrace, and then breaking through 4,000 for an overall net profit of 700%, or 7R. For those of you who don't trade forex, this essentially means that I can theoretically, if I would have held, I trimmed along the way, but if I would have held to the full 700, I could lose 7 plays in a row and come out break even. So huge play, and ends up coming back here, breaks through 4,000 with a hold, which is a psychological level, and then we see some rejection, and I end up getting out way before this drop. I actually didn't even, I was talking with some people, and I wasn't even seeing this drop, but we have a huge imbalance here, and the main point of this is going to be showing just how imbalances are used day to day. So we still have some huge rejection. I actually ended up taking a short on this 2-1-2, and let's see. I did call out another one at 104, so a little further away. But we have this huge imbalance here. I'm going to delete this because that was already drawn. And I see this imbalance, right? And I see this imbalance here. And the indicator I'm using here is called a fractal break imbalance. One of my members just showed me it today, and honestly, it's pretty good for just taking a quick peek at imbalances without having to, go candle 1, candle 2, candle 3, find the wicks. It just kind of highlights them, but it doesn't show all of them. So, like the ones further back, way further back, like back here, you're not going to see. So, for that, I like to do it manually. But we have these imbalances here, right? And so let's see how price reacts to it. Kind of shoved right through this imbalance. But we still come back and tap it again. So I would say this imbalance is closed. And we're currently closing this imbalance up here. And so my entry for the ES short, I just passed it. But 77.25 was the call out, right about there actually. A 7-point stop loss. Likely this 212 is the setup. Actually, it actually was the setup. So I was a little late to the party. Caught 50% here. Ended up running a little bit more, but got stopped on break even. So a little bit of profit there. I'll take a base hit. But yeah, so we start closing this imbalance here, right? And then look at this. So this is closed. But if I look at this order block right here, this little consolidation zone before a big move, remember that's what an order block is, and I would have marked this OB, look exactly where we rejected. It's no coincidence. We're hanging out in an imbalance. We just rejected an order block. That would have been a good little, how many points is that? From this area here down, 12-point scalp. I don't know anybody who's gonna bat their eye at that and say no thank you, right? So we close these imbalances, but you remember this imbalance from the start of the day? Well, we just came up all the way, or not the start of the day, sorry, around noon. Came all the way up and rejected inside the imbalance, right? And then we ended up going a little bit shorter, tapped off VWAP, and yeah, that brings us to current time at 40.10. ES looking pretty bullish, right? Those meta swings I'm in are down a little bit, which I'm fine with because the Disney, well, I didn't call out the Disney swings, but the Disney swings I'm in are up too. So those are the 125, 135 calls. I actually got in more of them today at 69 cents. And yeah, so those are doing pretty well. Tomorrow, hoping we start the day green. I'll be golfing tomorrow morning, so we'll be able to trade the Open. But it's tomorrow's going to be Power Hour Central, so looking forward to that. Let's do a little cleanup here with NQ, seeing if there's anything really to look at. Huge overhead resistance. We're inside an imbalance right now, but huge overhead resistance at 1238, 12,380. Sorry. So NQ pretty much followed suit with ES. It had a much deeper retrace, but overall pretty good. So just a quick short recap. Not a lot to talk about or write home about other than a 700% win on ES. And I played the SPY calls the same for the same trend. So that one ended up going 140% on options, 700% on futures. And yeah, so really good day today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Otherwise, have a good one.